I request everyone to welcome our chief guest of today's program, His Excellency, Shri Jishnu Dev Verma, Honorable Governor of Telangana State, and revered Srimad Swami Suhitananda Ji Maharaj and Swami Bodhamayananda Ji Maharaj onto the dais with a big round of applause. I now request everyone to rise for the Indian National Anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जन गण.
Thank you, everyone. May I now request Swami Siteshananda Ji Maharaj along with brother monks to invocate the blessings of Bhagwan Shri Ramakrishna through Vedic chanting.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Gananaan Tva Ganapati Gum Havamahe Kavim Kavinamupamashravastamam Jyeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anas Shunvannoti Vissidha Sadhanam Mahaganapataye Namaha Prano Devi Saraswati Vajebhirvajinivati धीनाम वित्र्यवतु आनो दिवो बृहतः पर्वताधा सरस्वती यजतागन्तु यज्ञं वाग्देव्यै नमः. ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shanno Mitrasham Varunaha Shanno Bhavatvaryama Shanna Indro Brihaspatihi Shanno Vishnururukramaha Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayo Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami Ritam vadishyami, satyam vadishyami, tanmam avatu, tadvaktaram avatu, avatu mam, avatu vaktaram. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Bhadram Karni Vishrunuyama Devaha Bhadram Pashye Makshabhiryajatraha स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवागं सस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु. ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ. यश्छन्दसां वृषभो विश्वरूपः छन्दोभ्योऽध्यमृतात् सम्बभूव समेन्द्रो मेधया स्पृणोतु अमृतस्य देवधारणो भूयासं शरीरं मे विचर्षणं जिह्वा मे मधुमत्तमा कर्णाभ्यां भूरिविश्रुवं ब्रह्मणः कोशोऽसि मेधया पीतः श्रुतं मे गोपाय ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ मधुवाताऋतायते मधुक्षरन्ति सिन्धवः माध्वीर्नः सन्तोषधीः मधुनक्तमुतोषसि मधुमत्पार्थिवगुं रजः मधुद्यौरस्तु नः पिता मधुमान्नो वनस्पतिर्मधुमागुम् अस्तु सूर्यः माध्वीर्गावो भवन्तु नः ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतार वरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः यथाग्नेर्दाहिका शक्ति रामकृष्णे स्थिता हि सर्वविद्यास्वरूपां तां शारदां प्रणमाम्यहं नमः श्रीयतिराजाय विवेकानन्दसूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे
Thank you, Maharaj. May I now humbly request our esteemed chief guest, His Excellency, Shri Jishnu Dev Verma, Sir, Honorable Governor of Telangana State, along with our Vice President Maharaj, revered Srimad Swami Suhitanandaji Maharaj, and our Adhyaksha Maharaj, to kindly come forward and light the lamp and pay floral tributes to the Holy Trio, marking the auspicious beginning of today's program. Thank you, Your Excellency and revered Maharaj. May I now kindly request our Adhyaksha Maharaj, Swami Bodhamayanandaji, to kindly present the welcome address.
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ। Offering my humble pranams, salutations to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, Ma Sharada Devi and Swami Vivekananda. I offer my pranam to our Sangha Guru, Vice President Maharaj, Srimad Swami Suhitanji Maharaj, who has come from Belur Math. I offer my namaskars, greetings, prayers to the respected chief guest, Sri Jishnu Dev Verma Ji, Honorable Governor of Telangana. My namaskar to the faculty members, my brother monks, all the other youth participants from various colleges, for this very important day in the history of Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence, which is one of the pioneers and prestigious institutions for training men and women of character, nation building, patriotism, sacrifice and service. This institute, training center, helps the educational institutions in the unified Andhra state till 2014 and now in the Telangana state since the last 10 years in providing knowledge, strength, peace, joy, confidence, positive thinking, mind management, what the schools, colleges, parents, teachers and the system is not able to provide due to lack of opportunities, due to lack of time available because of the heavy syllabus, whether it's in school, college, professionals, universities. So this institute, which is not this building, which is in the last part of this campus, started on this day, September 10, 2000, in the beginning of this century. So every year, September 10 is the foundation day, and today is the Silver Jubilee Foundation Day, 25th Foundation Day of a small institute which started with 200 students for yoga and personality development. We ourselves are amazed and shocked to see the statistics. We have touched the enormous number of nearly 20 lakh students undergoing training. From a 5th standard boy to a PG student. On the other hand, the educators, the facilitators, parents, scientists, police staff, auto drivers, secretariat staff, name them and we have courses for them. When this institute started in this primary stage, in the childhood state, the entire secretariat staff of Andhra Pradesh government of nearly 5,000 employees came here for training. The chief minister was so particular, everybody should have human excellence along with their professional excellence. We have come a long way in the country's freedom, but we failed somewhere to deliver this human excellence. Today people talk about computer excellence, AI excellence, business excellence, management excellence, engineering excellence, lawyer excellence, sports excellence. But people are afraid to talk of human excellence. That is why the crimes in the country, 1 step forward and 5 steps backward. Shrestha Purusha, or the man behind the machine, was neglected. And this was presented to us by Swami Vivekananda in his Madras lectures after coming back from America. Men, these are wanted. Everything else will be ready. But strong, vigorous, believing young men, sincere to the backbone, are wanted. 100 such, and the world becomes revolutionized. Based on that principles of Swami Vivekananda, based on the principles of our culture, dharma, our itihasas, our traditions, our scriptures, plus the modern interpretation of the scriptures for young people who are in crossroads, who are like confused people. So much energy, but it is misguided. So we try to fill up that gap. Thanks to the support given by the education institutions, we have reached this milestone by the grace of the Holy Trio who keep guiding us, and the elderly monks of the Ramakrishna order. This was the brainchild of one of the pioneer great monks of the order, 13th president of the Ramakrishna Math and Mission, the first president of this center, Srimad Swami Ranganathanandaji, who said we have hospitals, schools, colleges in Ramakrishna Mission, but we should have a full-fledged training center of men and women, boys and girls of character. If that is taken, India will become a great country in the future. So morning 6 o'clock onwards, till evening 8 o'clock, non-stop. Till today we are proud to say, not boasting, we have not taken even one day vacation. Sun rises in the east, sun sets in the west, so-called, but we continue to work for the welfare, strength of the younger generation. Otherwise, India will be losing that human resources. For this very important anniversary celebration, stepping into the 25th year of Seva, to youngsters in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, thanks to COVID, we went international also due to technology. People from America, Europe, our alumni who are in different parts, they're all getting connected by technology, and we are spreading our roots, our message to the whole state in this next 1 year because of the celebration. Along with that, simultaneously, the Golden Jubilee, 50 years of Ramakrishna Math is going on. 50 years of a center, 25 years of an institute. These two are milestones. All of you are welcome for the future. And today, we would tell the Honorable Governor, because he will be leaving the campus after some time, we will be launching a very new initiative, which is lacking today in the younger generation. That initiative, in collaboration with a organization, we have called it Know India, Love India, and Serve India. That is the VIH initiative, which will be taking to the schools and colleges in the next 1 year to come. We have Gnana, knowing about our culture, our past traditions. And then the Bhakti will come, love our country. And then we serve the nation, Seva. So this is a new initiative which will be launched after the inaugural session is over, and that will be presented to all of you in the later times. We welcome the Honorable Governor. We welcome our most revered Swamiji, Suhitanandaji. We welcome the faculty who are our oxygen, who are our backbones, who are stabilized. We have two, morning I just flashed in my mind, two Gajasthambas. In the temple we have the Gajasthamba. We have one of the youngest professors, retired from Osman University, just 85 years young. Professor Vishwanatham of the Commerce Department. He is here from first day, September 10, 2000. And now he is sitting here, September 10, 2024. Such inspiration and such joy, such commitment to give training to the youngsters. And we have a retired Indian Air Force officer who is another Gajasthamba, who is also 84 years young, who comes from all the way from Sainikpuri by bus, not by car, not by any other transport. That patriotism for the country, Sri Satyanarayana Garu. Others have followed them, their students, others were trained by them, but these two have given us the inspiration and the support to spread the message of human excellence, Vedanta, Vivekananda, to all the school students and college students. So we welcome each one of you, and we thank you for your participation. and have a inspiration, joyful learning, blessings of the great ones, and let us move forward. Hum honge kamyab ek din. May God bless all of us.
Thank you, Maharaj, for such a warm and gracious welcome. May I now humbly request Most Revered Srimad Swami Suhitanandaji Maharaj, Vice President, Ramakrishna Mutt and Ramakrishna Mission, to bless us with the Benedictory address for today's program.
Honorable Governor Sri Jishnu Deva Varma and the persons who are associated with him, here Swami Bodhamayanandaji, the Adhyaksha of the center, is present along with the other monastic members. The respected audience, certainly it has been a momentous occasion. Why? Because this institution is surviving for 25 years without any stop. That itself shows that it has the necessity, it has the potency, and it has the excellence. Otherwise, any institution cannot survive without any break for so many years. And Bodhamayanandaji, he has mentioned that nearly 80 lakhs of people have been benefited from this institution. That means, what means? 80 lakhs of people, families have been benefited. Nowadays, we are crossed so many years from our independence. In the global field, we are not small fry. Our India is almost economically almost the 4th or 5th rank in the world. But one thing is lacking. We find that our wealth and property, it is within simply 4% or 5% of our population. They are having the entire wealth of the country. So many people are deprived. That means why? Because the wealth has not been distributed to the tip of the fingers. That is the main thing. Why not? Because their mind has not been trained how to share their accumulated wealth with the others. Here comes the question of this value education, human excellence. Our government, our institutions, they are taking care of our degrees for our livelihood in medical, engineering, other professions, IAS, IPS, business, foreign service, different areas. Government and other organizations, they are taken care of. But this main issue, that means how to take proper decision, how to take proper judgment, when to decide, when not to decide, what not to decide. That element is not touched by our curriculum, by our syllabus, by our institution. That element has been taken up in this institution by the blessings of Ranganathan Maharaj. Now, Swamiji in one place mentioned, science informs, but religion reforms. Manager sees the present, but a philosopher, he sees the future. So we shall have to make persons in that way. Swamiji mentioned, man is divine, because Aristotle said that man is a political being. Marx said man is economic being. Freud said man is sexual being. In contrast, what Vivekananda said, man is divine being. Here comes the necessity of Vivekananda. Swamiji said, man is not moving from error to truth, but from the lower truth to the higher truth. That means man cannot do anything wrong. He is doing what he has to gain experience. Swamiji one place said, never make God greater than man. Why? That means in that case, the man is going to forget his potentiality. So man has got the God within. So that aspect is the most important aspect in human psychology, human philosophy, and human civilization. That aspect has been taken over by this institution. Swamiji said, it is good to be born in the church, but it is bad to die in the church. It is die in the church. He said, Krishna Disarut said, Vivekananda's nationalism was internationalism sublimated. It was internationalism, but sublimated internationalism. Swamiji said, I do not belong to France or India. I belong to the whole world. This is Swami Vivekananda. So to think of him in this way, I read from somewhere that Abdul Kalam, one day he was having some conversation with our monk, one monk. That time, Abdul Kalam, after talking with us, he said, now I find that religion has got two spheres. One is the graduation, another is the post-graduation. Graduation means, that means through some method, I shall have to go and achieve some goal. And post-graduation means, now I am free to do my research. Sri Ramakrishna followed the same methodology. Through Goddess Kali, he had the realization of God, but there he did not stop because he had his graduation. Now he wants post-graduation. What is that post-graduation? I shall taste God through other methods, other religions also. So he practiced Tantra, Vedic, this Vedanta. Not only there he stopped, even he practiced Islam and Christianity. So Sri Ramakrishna's message is for the whole world. Now, in these days, especially the message comes now at your fingertip. Each and everyone is having the mobile, and now we can immediately talk with a person with America. You can communicate and see your sister or brother or daughter, and she or he wants an immediate some judgment. Immediate. Whether should I take admission here or not, whether I will take my admission into this hospital or not. And you have to give immediately some judgment, some decision. Are you prepared for that? Are you prepared for that? If your wrong judgment, so many families are breaking, so many divorce cases are coming, so many this type of bad things are coming. Why? Because we do not know how to take judgment. When to take judgment, for that we need some training. Those training we are getting through this institution. This meditation, coming peace deficit is there. So how mindfulness, how my vacant time I can use properly, all these training and facilities, those who are coming here, they are getting. Now in these days, where everything is very, very rush, Everything we shall have to do quickly. In these days, I think Holy Mother's life is the proper solution of the whole problem. Intense activity, intense calmness. So, with their blessings, with the blessings of Sri Ramakrishna, with the blessings of Holy Mother, with the blessings of Swamiji, I think this institution will thrive and their families will be benefited. Thank you.
We offer our humble pranams to most revered Maharaj. Thank you, Maharaj. I request all the participants to settle down fast. I now request Dr. Vivek Modi sir, Faculty of Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence, to introduce our chief guest of today's program.
My pranams to the Holy Trio, my pranams to Swamiji. If I say it fills our heart with joy unspeakable to give a warm and cordial welcome to our Honorable Governor Sir, Shri Jishnudev Verma ji. Welcome, sir, on this 25th year of VIHA. Shri Jishnudev Verma ji hails from the state of Tripura. Prior to taking the charge of Governor of Telangana, he worked actively in politics and held many important positions, including being the Deputy Chief Minister of the state of Tripura. His tenure, his style of helping people was focused more on economic growth, rural empowerment, and getting infrastructure projects in a way that serves people. His deep understanding of socio-cultural rootings in India helps him to take the approach which is people-centric, an empathetic governance, proactively trying to solve people's challenges, problems. His leadership style suggests that he, as a human being, he brings his empathetic style to his governance as well, to his guidance as well. Personally, he's a poet, he also writes books, and he is also a sculptor. So a man with multiple talents, multifaceted ideas. We are fortunate to have him as our governor. And once again, we extend our warm welcome to Shri Jishnudev Verma ji for gracing this occasion of 25th years, the beginning of 25th year celebration of Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence. Over to you, sir. I invite sir to kindly address the gathering.
Namaskar. On the stage, Srimat Swami Suhitananda Maharaj Ji, Vice President Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna Mission, Swami Bodhamayananda Ji, Adhyaksha of this institution, my pranams to them, distinguished guests, other esteemed participants, beloved students, esteemed media friends, I wish you all a very good morning. And I am elated to be here. When I got the invitation to go to Ramakrishna Mission, I felt very elated to be part of this institution. In my state too, we have a Ramakrishna Mission. I am very closely connected to it. The Swamiji there, Shantanu Maharaj, and I have addressed G20 meetings together and many other meetings together. He also inaugurated my book. Before I became governor, one day before I became governor, he inaugurated my book. So I have a deep connection with this mission. because they have a mission. As the Swamiji was saying, a man of great wisdom, after his speech, it is very difficult to give a speech. Anyway, I will try. He was saying that Swami Vivekananda said, the man is divine. And in the chanting, I heard the chanting, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, from darkness lead us to light. And how do you do that? By igniting that little spark of divinity in each of us. To go from darkness to light, we have to ignite that little spark of divinity that resides in each one of us. And that is what the Ramakrishna Mission has been doing. Swamiji was telling me that here you have an institution of excellence. And it's a wonderful thing to have an institute of excellence. He was telling me on stage that he's even training lawyers and advocates, which is quite unique. Lawyers train everyone. And here you're training lawyers. That's a very unique experience, I think. So, Swami Vivekananda is a man who made a great mark in the resurrection of Indian values. His Chicago speech has been given over 100 years. No speech in history of mankind is quoted even 100 years after it has been given. We still discuss it. We celebrate his century. We celebrate the day he gave that speech in the Parliament of Religions in Chicago. And Swamiji once defined the Indian way of life most aptly. No one has done it. And so effectively that every youth can understand it. The Indian way of life or Indian spirituality or the Hindu way of life, if we may call it, he said is not in believing in doctrines and dogmas. Believing, following is not the way. The way is of achieving anything is being and becoming. So this Institute of Excellence teaches you to be and become what you want to become. Firstly, we are quite puzzled what we want to become. And when we know what we want to become, we don't know how to become. So this institution of Ramakrishna Mission teaches you that there is excellence in everyone. There is that spark of divinity, that divine spark in everyone. Everyone has excellence. Everyone can strive for perfection. And I remember a very old saying by a very wise sage in our civilization, known as Bhartrihari, sage Bhartrihari. He said, mind your thoughts. Mind your thoughts. Because your thoughts become your words. Mind your words. Because your words become your action. And mind your action because your action becomes your habit. And mind your habit because your habit is your future. Is what you are. So it is the thought that generates everything. It is the thought that triggers. Mind your habit, for that is your character. And your character is your destiny. We want to make destinies, we have to make characters. We have to do character building. There is no other way. And Ramakrishna Mission is doing that. We talk of nation building. We cannot build a nation only by building roads and highways and, IT sector, this sector, that sector. Those are very important. Those are very important. What is more important is to build character. That's why Swami Vivekananda said, I want muscles of steel and nerves of iron in the youth. So Ramakrishna Mission is a different thing. He teaches the Indian youth Vedanta in the practical way. Swamiji said, practical Vedanta. How to adopt Vedanta into our lives. It is not complicating. And truth is never complicating. And truth is never complicating. Truth is the most simple thing. We complicate it because we have a very complicated mind. It is basically how to straighten our minds and how to form that character. It is the citizen's character that defines the nation. It is the citizen's character that defines the nation. And Swamiji was the first one to realize this. Swami Vivekananda was the first one to realize this. Unless we have a good doctor, a good engineer, a good philosopher, a good teacher, the nation cannot be good. So while we become engineers, doctors, social scientists, educationists, IT experts, let us also become good citizens. That was the teaching of Swami Vivekananda. And he had a very beautiful way of expressing things. A lot of people thought, we are very learned those days, westernized, and things like that. And he said once, and I like that quotation very much, asses may carry, donkeys may carry whole library on their backs, but it doesn't make them wiser. They may carry the load of whole library on their back, but it doesn't make them wiser. Because unless you form your character, reading a book is of no use if you cannot take it into your life. So reading becomes useful when you practice it. Abhyase jayate siddhi. In English we say, practice makes perfection. So that is the wonderful thing about Ramakrishna mission of nation building, of building, human characters, of searching for excellence in every being, in trying to ignite that divine spark in every man, every woman. Because we in India cannot think of a life without spirituality. This is the home of spirituality. And many Westerners have, I have read many books. Indian spirituality is hocus pocus. It is not that. In the Gita Raja Yoga, Sri Krishna himself said, when they asked him, what is Raja Yoga? What is the supreme knowledge? He said, Jnana Vijnana Sahitam. It has to be Jnana and Vijnana mixed. So spirituality in India is not devoid of science. It is inclusive of science. Because our culture is inclusivity. We include everything. Ekam sat vipra bodha badanti. The truth is one, but interpreted by many in different ways. That's all it is. And Swamiji passed that message very simply, very effectively, that even today we talk about the Chicago Address in the Parliament of Religion, which is a wonderful, and it will last generations to come. There are few things that do not go. Because he passed not only words, he passed an energy. And energy is indestructible. What he gave to us is that positive energy of Indian values, or Indian way of thinking. He started his speech when people were starting, ladies and gentlemen, my old friends, or something like that. That was the style those days. Ladies and gentlemen, or friends. He said, brothers and sisters. His first line, echoed the Indian ethos. And what was the Indian ethos? Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. That ethos he said in 2 words, brothers and sisters. So he passed on energy to us. In India we believe Shabda Brahma. The Shabda is indestructible. And Swamiji's speech has proved that. The Shabda is indeed Brahma. It still energizes us. It tells us what to do. It tells us to not only educate our mind, we must educate our hearts also. Educating the mind is not complete without educating the heart. And we must educate the heart with compassion, with a feeling towards the nation that we are one. We are part of a very universal entity. We are part of a universal entity. The ocean is in us, and we are part of the ocean also. That is a beautiful message given by Swami Vivekananda to the nation and to mankind. It does not limit itself to any caste, creed, or gender. It is infinite. It is eternal. So today when I come to Ramakrishna Mission, I feel very elated and honored to be here, to be able to speak to you all who are associated with this institution. And I thank Swamiji for inviting me here. We will meet again. And pranam to you, Swamiji. It was very kind of you to come all the way from Belur Math, and I'm very grateful that I could meet you here in Hyderabad. And I never thought in my wildest dream that I'll be addressing Ramakrishna Mission in Hyderabad. So till we meet again, thank you so much, and we shall meet again. Carry on the good work from strength to strength, like this institution. Go from strength to strength and from perfection to perfection. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramha, sarve bhadrani paschantu, ma kaschit dukkha bhara bhave. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for your inspiring and insightful address. To commemorate this special moment, and as a token of respect and appreciation, I kindly request Most Revered Swami Suhitanandaji Maharaj, along with Swami Bodhamayanandaji Maharaj, to felicitate the Honorable Governor. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, Maharaj. I now request Swami Bodhamayanandaji to felicitate Most Revered Srimad Swami Suhitanandaji Maharaj. Thank you, Maharaj. I now request BSN Murthy Sir, faculty from Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence, to present the vote of thanks.
My pranams to the Holy Trio. It is my privilege to propose vote of thanks for this momentous occasion, the inaugural session of the 25th Foundation Day of Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence. I extend my deepest gratitude to Your Excellency, Honorable Governor of Telangana, Sri Jishnu Dev Verma Ji, for gracing us with your esteemed presence today. I also extend my deepest gratitude to Most Revered Sri Swami Suhitanandaji Maharaj, Vice President of Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna Mission. Your inspiring and enlightening address has left an indelible mark on our minds and hearts. Your words of wisdom, guidance and encouragement will be a source of motivation to all the youngsters present here, sir. And you have very really put the teachings of Swami Vivekananda and how relevant they are to today's youth. We are deeply grateful for your valuable time and your spared for us, sharing your vision and insights. Please accept our heartfelt thanks for your gracious presence and inspiring speech. We are honored to have had the opportunity to host you today. And thank you, Your Excellency, and also thanks to most revered Swami Suhitanandaji Maharaj. And my thanks also to all the participants here, the students, the faculty members from different educational institutions for being part of this occasion. The inaugural session comes to an end. Now I request everyone to please stand up for the national anthem.
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Jai Hind.
जनगण
I
मन
request everyone to please be seated.
I request everyone to please settle down. As we are celebrating the 25th Foundation Day of Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence, a small video on the milestones of the institution will be played. I request everyone to sit back and enjoy while we take you through the journey of 25 years of excellence and dedication. Now, a short video on Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence will be played. Thank you. Now, we'll be having a few cultural programs which will be performed by the students of Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence and Balavikas Kendra students. So I request all the participants to please come near the dais. Bhuvaneshwari Devi, mother of Swami Vivekananda, was a worshipper of Lord Shiva. She prayed to Lord Shiva for a son. When Narendranath was born, she considered the child as a blessing of Shiva. Later, when Swami Vivekananda met his guru, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, he got many answers whether God exists or not. He went to Kanyakumari, where he meditated on a rock and attained enlightenment. Thus, Swami Vivekananda considered as the incarnation of Lord Shiva. Depicting these stories, students and volunteers of VIHE will be performing a classical dance on Bo Shambho song. I request everyone to please sit back and enjoy.
Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
शम्भो शिव शम्भो स्वयम्भो भो 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 शम्भो शिव शम्भो स्वयम्भो गंगाधर शंकर करुणाकर मामव भवसागर तारक गंगाधर शंकर करुणाकर मामव भवसागर तारक ओ शंभो शिव शंभो स्वयंभो शंभो शिव शंभो स्वयंभो గమరి పమని పజని రి సస్స రి సరి ని సని పమని పమరి పమరి సరి సని రి రి సమరి సరి పమని సరి సస్స సరి సరి సని సరి రి సని పమరి పని రే pani sari mari re sa ni sa ma ni ma mari ma pani sari pani sa nirguna parabrahma swarupa gama gama bhuta prapanja rahita nirguna parabrahma swarupa gama gama bhuta prapanja rahita nija guhanita నితాంతానంద నిజ గుహనీత నితాంతానంద ఆనంద అతిశయ అక్షయలింగ ఆనంద అతిశయ అక్షయలింగ ఓ శంభో శివ శంభో స్వయంభో శంభో శివ శంభో స్వయంభో ఓం నమ శివాయ 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 హర హర शंभो जय जय शंभो शंकर हर हर शंभो जय जय शंभो शंकर हर हर शंभो जय जय शंभो शंकर धिमित धिमित धिमि धिमि किट किट तो तोम तोम तरि किट किट तो धिमित धिमित धिमि धिमि किट किट तोम 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 तरि किट तोम धिमित धिमित धिमि धिमि किट तोम 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 तरि किट तोम मतंग मुनि वर वंदित ईशा 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 मतंग मुनि वर वंदित ईशा सर्व दिगंबर वेष्टित देश नित्य निराजन नृत्य नटेश ईश सबेश सर्वेश भो शंभो शिव शंभो स्वयंभो शंभो शिव शंभो स्वयंभो शिव शंभो स्वयंभो शिव शंभो स्वयंभो
Thank you, students. Please give them a big round of applause. Moving forward, taking the message of Swami Vivekananda forward, the students of Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence will now be reciting Swamiji's quotes on youth and nation building.
Namaste. Swami Vivekananda had immense faith in the youth. He said, "My faith is in the younger generations, in the modern generations. Out of them will come out my workers. They will work out of the whole problem like lions." Swamiji always looked out for men who can stand in the forefront and lead the nation. He says, men, these are wanted. Everything else will be ready, but strong, vigorous, believing young men, sincere to the backbone are wanted. 100 such, and the world will become revolutionized.
To create such men was formulated the idea of establishing VIHE. Today, on this auspicious occasion of Silver Jubilee, let us recollect few teachings of Swami Vivekananda.
Swamiji personified the eternal energy of the youth, and he says,
"I am born to organize these young men. Nay, hundreds in every city are ready to join me, and I want to send them rolling like irresistible waves over India, bringing comfort, morality, religion, and education to the doors of the meanest and the most downtrodden. And this I will do or die."
Be it in any sphere, Swamiji's quotes resembles and attributes in every human life. For real education, Swamiji says, we need the education which gives the strength of mind and is increased, and intellectual is expanded, through which one can stand on one's own feet.
Referring to character building, Swamiji said, "Neither money pays nor name, nor fame, nor character. It is character that can build through the adamantine walls."
Difficulties. Swamiji says to build up self-confidence. You know but little of that which is within you, for behind you is an ocean of infinite power and blessedness. Whatever you think, that you will be. If you think yourself strong, strong you will be. If you think yourselves weak, weak you will be.
For building up leadership, Swamiji proclaimed, one must crush all one's own self under the feet of the community. One must be the servant of servants. There must not be a shade of jealousy or selfishness. Then he is the leader.
Explaining practical patriotism, Swamiji says, practical patriotism is not a mere sentiment, but not an emotion of love towards the motherhood. It is in passion to serve a fellow countryman.
Feel therefore, my would-be patriots. Do you feel that millions are starving? Do you feel that ignorance has covered the land as dark cloud? Does it make you restless? Does it make you sleepless? Has it made you mad? That is the first step to become a patriot. The very first step.
Swamiji says, even the least work that is done for others awakens the power within. Even thinking the least good of others gradually instills into the heart the strength of a lion.
He says, give your heart, body, mind and soul for the welfare of the world. You must have read Matru-Devo Bhava, Pitru-Devo Bhava. Look upon your mother as God. Look upon your father as God. But I say, Daritru-Devo Bhava, Murkha-Devo Bhava. The poor, the illiterate, the ignorant. Let these be your God. And know that the service to these alone is the highest religion.
India is free today, and there have been many developments since independence, but there is much which is yet to be done. With Swamiji's blessings, we have to take up the unfinished work. Swamiji wanted each one of us to be a hero like Mahavira.
Swamiji says, I believe India will awake again and come forward to help others.
He says, come on, be men. Come out of your narrow holes and have a look abroad. Come on to the practical field with tremendous energy to work in the fullness of strength. Look how the nations are in a march. Do you love your country? Then come, let us struggle for higher and better things. Look not back, even if the nearest and dearest cry. Look not back, but forward.
In the conclusion, the work before us is great and huge. There is no more time for inaction and lethargy. Now let's serve our India and start working on the ideals that Swamiji has given to our world.
Let us all work hard, my brethren. There is no time for sleep. On our work depends the coming of the India of the future. She is there ready, waiting. She's only sleeping. Arise and awake and see her seated on her eternal throne, rejuvenated, more glorious than she ever was. This motherland of ours.
Today, let us take the message from Swamiji and move forward. Love India and serve India. Please repeat.
जागो मेरे भारतवासी,
जागो मेरे भारतवासी,
समय नहीं है सोने का,
समय नहीं है सोने का।
लेकर संदेश स्वामी जी का,
लेकर संदेश स्वामी जी का,
करके कुछ दिखाने का,
करके कुछ दिखाने का।
please repeat what we are saying and please try to be loud and strong to full enthusiasm. Arise,
Rise,
awake,
awake,
and stop not
and stop not
till the goal is reached.
till the goal is reached.
उत्तिष्ठता,
Uddishtata,
जाग्रता,
Jagrata,
प्राप्यवरान्,
Prapyavaran,
निबोधत.
Nibodhatha.
Arise,
Arise,
awake,
awake,
and stop not
and stop not
till the goal is reached.
till the goal is reached.
Hello. Thank you, everyone. Now, moving forward, a presentation on the journey of Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence will now be performed by the students of Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence. The year 2000, for the first time, saw the inception of Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence, building upon Swami Vivekananda's ideals of man-making, life-constructing, and character-building type of education. The most revered Swami Ranganathanandaji, the 13th president of the Global Ramakrishna Mutt and Mission, envisaged to bring form to an institute that can create a suitable environment for cultivating the type of youngsters Swami Vivekananda wished for. Then took form the brainchild of Swami Ranganathanandaji Maharaj on September 10th, 2000, giving life to this cherished dream. Working tirelessly since the very first day of its inception, VIHE began its work of giving a direction to younger generation, leading them from the chaos and confusion of a society afflicted with various attractions, confusion, and other evils, and guiding them towards morality, righteousness, and strength. Like a tireless river, VIHE has been working without a pause and with an irresistible flow. This institution has successfully transformed the lives of innumerable people. Revered Swami Ranganathanandaji believed excellence is not a destination but a continuous journey that never ends. Excellence is not a destination but a continuous journey that never ends. Excellence in any field is built on the foundation of character, knowledge, integrity, and discipline. Hence, revered Swamiji inaugurated and named the institute as Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence. Over the years, keeping in mind the intellectual and moral needs of the society, Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence has been able to successfully train students through various courses like mind management, self-confidence, communication skills, total personality development, and Yoga Dhyan Shibir. Programs like Yuva Sangarsh, a national level youth leadership award contest for building frontline leaders. Youth camps to develop essential social and interpersonal skills, emotional intelligence, team building, leadership, and more among students. Vivekananda Bala Vikas Kendra. Under this program, it is an 8-month-long Sunday camp for students known as Shraddha and 15-day-long summer camp known as Shaurya, where students of classes 4 to 10 learn yoga, morals, bhajans, crafts, seal your desire, Narayana Seva, and Shramdan. Special programs like Rebuild India Walk, the Rebuild India Walk, conducted on the occasions of National Youth Day on 12th January and Sampriti Divas on 11th September every year from Swamiji's statue on Tank Bund to Ramakrishna Mund. In this rally, students from various schools and colleges participate enthusiastically. Swamiji said, Rogi Devo Bhava, Murkha Devo Bhava, and Daridra Devo Bhava. Taking this idea forward, volunteers and students approached the people in need on several occasions, distributing blankets, food packets, slippers, and many more. Today, after crossing multiple milestones and facing the challenges posed by the odds in society, Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence, since 24 years, stands firm, working unceasably, and now has entered the 25th year of service. Since 24 years, Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence has positively impacted and transformed over 2 lakh students and professionals, and still counting. Like a lotus in the muddy pond, VIHE stands unwavered and untouched by the disparities of the society and is working insistently in uplifting the students and professionals in the society. Today, let us joyously celebrate the stepping of Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence into 25th year of service to the society. I request everyone to please give a big round of applause to the students and volunteers of Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence. Moving forward to our second session we now have our guest speaker, Shri Sharath Vivek Sagar Sir, founder and CEO of Dexterity Global. Please welcome our guest speaker of today's program, Shri Sharath Vivek Sagar Sir, founder and CEO of Dexterity Global, Patna, Bihar. I take immense pleasure in introducing our guest speaker of today's program, Shri Sharath Vivek Sagar Sir. Sagar Sir is a globally renowned social entrepreneur, noted thought leader, powerful orator, and a widely performed youth icon. Sagar Sir is the first Indian to be elected as the president of the student government at Harvard Graduate School of Education. Raised in small towns and villages of Bihar, Sir founded the national organization Dexterity Global at the age of 16. Today, leaders trained in the Dexterity system have received over rupees 175 crores in scholarships from top universities across the world, and served as India's youth ambassadors to the UN, national and international conferences, and these students have won many awards and started their own leadership initiatives. President Barack Obama invited Sagar Sir to the White House. Forbes listed him on the global Forbes 30 under 30 list. Rockefeller Foundation inducted him in the list of 100 next century innovators. The Nobel Peace Center invited him to the Nobel Peace Prize ceremony. The Queen of England included Sir in the Queen's Young Leaders list. India's most watched television show, Kaun Banega Crorepati, invited Sharath Vivek Sagar Sir as the youngest expert on the show. Besides his organizational leadership, Sagar Sir is regarded as a firebrand orator and thought leader, and is invited to speak at over 250 major stages across 20 plus states in an average year. Sagar Sir reaches over 5 million people per month on social media. Michigan State University put Sagar Sir on its social entrepreneurship syllabus. The government of Taiwan quoted him on their social impact agenda, while the Ramakrishna Mutt and Mission featured Sagar Sir on their annual calendar. In the year 2022, Dainik Jagran bestowed upon Sagar the Editor's Choice Award for the India's Young Icon for representing the bold face of young India and redefining education and leadership for millions of young students. May I now request Shri Sharath Vivek Sagar sir to kindly address the gathering.
I offer my pranams at the feet of Holy Trio. My pranams to our Swamijis, our Brahmacharis, my namaskars to everyone in attendance. It is quite a joyful moment. Ramakrishna Mutt, Hyderabad is completing 50 years. Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence 25. Golden Jubilee celebrations for one and Silver Jubilee celebrations for the other. And I can say that many of us might have witnessed this journey up close and personal, and many of us might have seen the journey within in tandem, in consonance with the journey of the Mutt and the Institute here. At this point, just to be a little clearer in my understanding of what I should be saying this morning, how many of you have come here for the first time today? Perfect. It is helpful to know that you have not completed 25 years or 50 years of your journey, which is visible and evident from your faces. This is a rather young crowd, but it is also helpful to know that majority of us might have come here for the first time from our institutions. All of us are familiar in Vivekananda Institute of Excellence, Institute of Human Excellence, with at least the first word. Is that right? Vivekananda we are all familiar with. Yes or no? Yes. Institute we are all familiar with. Yes? Yes. Human? Yes. And excellence? Putting them together is what might make things a little tough. Because you begin to understand that Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence completes 25 years. What does it mean? I have come to this institute since 2017 every year around the time of National Youth Day and around the time of Chicago Address. That means January 12 and September 11, almost every year I have come to the great state of Telangana and your hometown of Hyderabad. And I've had the great fortune of coming to Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence for so many times in past several years. What does it mean for young people like you? For many young people like you, it means before you have an interview, several weeks, several months before that, you start coming to the institute, and some faculty members who are inspired by ideas of Swamiji, a module that has been built here at VIHE, you are trained for interviews. Now you might think it is a good way to get a college degree or get a job, but the job is not done there. You actually begin to graduate here. I had the great privilege of studying at some of the best institutions in the world, which includes institutions like Tufts, Cambridge, and Harvard. When you arrive at these institutions, they say that you are matriculating. When we finish high school, we are told that we are matriculating, but when we come to these colleges, they say on day one, you are matriculating. When you leave Harvard, they say you are commencing. To our thought, many times it looks like commencement is the beginning of the journey on day one. On last day, it should be matriculation. They say no. You have matriculated from something, that is why you have come to a university this prestigious. And once you have finished 4 years of your education, 5 years of your PhD, 2 or 1 years of your master, then you commence your journey. Likewise, when people come to VIHE, I know in the session before this, there was a mention of graduation and post-graduation. They graduate from who they are to who they become, with a larger commencement of a journey of who they can be. And in all of this, as young students, when you look at it, I know I started with the word interview, but what does 25 years of VIHE mean to all of us, to the entire country and to the world around? It is not just interviews, it is not just stress management, it is not just mind management, it is not just, listening to ideas of Swamiji, but under the able guidance and blessings, starting from Swamiji himself, to the members of faculty here at VIHE. Young people at a point in time when a movie disturbs them, when a television serial addicts them, when friends begin to deviate them, in all of these times, it is here that young people find grounding. What is that grounding in? When we talk about young people and grounding, we are reminded of a mathematician from Tamil Nadu who decided that he would ground himself in mathematics. And Professor Hardy from University of Cambridge would invite him, and he would spend the first 3 decades of his life, and those are the only that he would live on this planet, working on math. And people like you and I would get to hear about him also through a movie called The Man Who Knew Infinity. That is what happens when a person grounds himself in mathematics. When we think of somebody grounding themselves in science, we are reminded of the story of President Kalam, how he grounded himself into science and into the higher pursuit of learning and teaching, and it catapulted him into the national fame of role modeling like very few individuals can do in their lifetimes. That grounding, when it happens, it just changes the game. I wonder many times when we hear that Ramakant Achrekar, the coach of Sachin Tendulkar, had a very simple philosophy, had a very simple principle that every evening Sachin Tendulkar would come out to bat, he would keep some coins on the wicket. And he would tell him that every bowler you face and every over that you pass without getting out, one more coin is added. When you go home, you can take the coins. Sometimes I feel it can also be seen as a transactional equation. You come here, you bat as long as you can, and then you'll get the coins. So one of the greats of this country was being prepared for a little bit of money. Is that the example we should take? No. When we look at it, when kids are very young, mother has the most pure and selfless love for children. And still, she sends her children to school for the love of a chocolate or a sweet or something good to eat in the morning. But as they graduate to the next level, from that chocolate that the child gets, the child is introduced to a slightly higher idea. You need to learn how to dress, how to talk, how to sit with friends, how to do sums, how to talk to people. Then it graduates to another level. You need to take care of your family. You need to be a pillar of strength for your parents. You need to be an able brother or sister for your siblings. And then that conversation graduates to the next level. That the science you study, the math that you do, the social sciences that you understand, your abilities and capabilities must contribute to the society and one day the country and the world. That graduation in the case of somebody like Ramakant Achrekar for Sachin Tendulkar was, when you are young, you are playing for the coins. As you get a little older, you begin to understand what it means to play for the country. As you play for the country a little longer, you ground yourself in that higher purpose, that higher understanding of what is it that you are good at and what do you want to do with it. And that is the reason why many times in my imagination of a dressing room conversation in Indian cricket team, I wonder when a Sachin Tendulkar passes on any kinds of tips and tricks, any kind of strategy or tactics to a player in the dressing room, does he only pass on the tips or tricks or the strategy or tactics? No, I am sure he also passes on a deep love and respect for playing for the country. When you come to a place like this, it is not the tips and tricks that you come for. It is not the strategy and tactics that you come for. It is a level higher than that. And that is the philosophy and the vision of it. Many times, we go to institutions around the world, even our own educational institutions. If you walk the campus today, you will find a beautiful quotation of Swamiji, where he talks about what kind of education we want, where he would talk about intellect being expanded, your ability to stand on your own feet, your strength of mind, your character being built. When Swamiji talks about that, that is an ideal enough thing that every school, every college, every institution that deals with youth development shall have pasted outside those institutions. But many times when we go to our schools and colleges, instead of the philosophy and the vision, the very good institutions teach us the strategy and the tactics. The ones that fall a little lower than that teach us the tips and the tricks. That basically means, here is a very simple difference. It is a difference of, sitting down with a teacher who tells you in the morning that when we start our day, we wish for it to be pleasant, we wish for it to be good, but we don't wish for it just for ourselves, because if we are only having a good morning and the person next to us is having a bad morning, it cannot be a good morning for two of us. So we wish everyone a good morning. When we begin to understand why we say good morning to somebody, why we actually ask somebody how they are doing when they meet them. Because somebody who's facing, trouble in life, somebody who has just lost a loved one in their lives, you cannot just start cracking a joke with them. So you meet somebody, you offer namaste, you say hi, hello, whatever you say, and then you ask, how are you doing? And then you move forward in the conversation. When you understand the larger philosophy or vision of doing that, then the strategy and tactics of it, how you speak with people, how you engage with them, it automatically becomes simpler. It begins to come to you as simply as it can. The Honorable Governor said something beautiful. He said, truth is simple, the mind complicates it. So, the strategy and tactics part is taken care of. Then what does it come to? It boils down to tips and tricks. When you see somebody 3 times the same morning, do you say good morning every time? No, it is slightly irritating. It is like telling a child who is, 5 years old, you should not smoke. You should not smoke. You should not smoke. The child will be like, I have nothing to do with smoking. You have told me this one time. You are telling me this 3 times in a row. Why are you doing that? So many times it is irritating and irrelevant. That also one has to take care of. But why did I start with the idea of philosophy and vision, strategy and tactics, tips and tricks? It is because majority institutions where we aspire for excellence, we have limited ourselves to tips and tricks. If we have to write a multiple choice question examination and we do not know 5 answers, if we write A in all 5, then the probability of getting answers right for answers we had no clue about, it goes up. That is tips and tricks. If we use plug in and plug out system, that is you feed the answer 4 options in the question and see which one is actually coming true, that can be strategy and tactics. But if you've actually studied what heat does, what light does, what electricity does, if you've actually understood the concepts, then you do not need strategy and tactics and tips and tricks, they come down automatically. When we come to the Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence, we start from the philosophy and the vision. We go down to the strategy and tactics. That goes down to small tips and tricks we can come up with ourselves. For me to be standing here and saying this, you might question that, you are young too. What is this thing that you're talking about, philosophy and vision? I tell you, when I was 5 years old, I did not know the tips and tricks of living a good life. I did not know the strategy and tactics of living a good life or, having a good career or whatever words people use. I was a small kid growing up in small towns and villages of Bihar in small rented houses, where on 4 walls of every house that we lived in and every house we changed, quotations of Swamiji were pasted in English and in Hindi. I was a small child repeating quotations of Swamiji again and again. And when you repeat those quotations, I remember reading, right now, sad things are happening in Bangladesh and our heart goes out to the people of Bangladesh. And when we think about the history of it, how it was built, a very strong Prime Minister in India decided to give them the freedom that they deserved and one that they must strive to keep intact. But when Madam Gandhi came to Ramakrishna Mission in New Delhi, Ranganathananji Maharaj was still there. And she said in the first sentence, the Prime Minister of India said, Maharaj, I have been inspired by Swami Vivekananda and you all life. And the message I have taken from Swamiji's life and your life is that of Abhaya, fearlessness. Bangladesh war can be tips and tricks, strategy and tactics, but the higher philosophy and vision that guides, that philosophy and vision, when it is clear within a soldier, that soldier is willing to give his life for the country. You teach a soldier to gun 64 rounds in a minute. Does not matter. You teach a soldier how to crawl in a bunker and outside of it. Does not matter. But you teach a soldier the love for motherland, and then 64 rounds of gunning and the bunker gone. Both do not matter because the higher philosophy and vision is clear. That is the training of a soldier. That must be the training of a citizen. That must be the training of a student. Unfortunately, what we do in our schools day in and day out is we teach our kids to crawl, and we teach our kids to do things at tips and tricks level, at strategy and tactics level. We devoid them of the higher philosophy and higher vision. Swamiji saw that, and he did not quite blame the schools for it. He understood it is the great Vedanta that has not come into practical life, so he gave us practical Vedanta, and the world has benefited immensely from east to west and north to south. I have been, a small kid reading Swamiji. I was speaking one time at a conference on Indian ethos for modern management. Some of the greatest management scholars, thinkers, philosophers, and management leaders were speaking. They were all speaking about how Swamiji has inspired the field of management for such a long period of time. How beautiful the Honorable Governor was able to put it. Once again, it was about the manager seeing the present, the philosopher seeing the future. That is essentially that. The manager is seeing day-to-day tips and tricks, day-to-day strategy and tactics. But when the higher philosophy is clear, then you see people like the Tatas in this country, who understood that there is management and there is trusteeship management. There is leadership and there is servant leadership. Swami Vivekananda used to talk about dasasya dasa, servant of the servants. As young people, when we look at the Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence, there are two things we are looking for. The first one is, in a world that is continuously trying to uproot us from faith, family, and country, uproot us from the ideals that we hold dear, the principles and morals that we consider holy and sacred. The world continuously tries to uproot us from everything that is there that holds us. In these times, our ability to ground us into something very, very solid. Having that anchor in life. And that anchoring Swamiji does for us. There is a calendar that I have by my desk where the date changes every day and Swamiji's quotes change. They remain eternal, but they change on that particular day. And Swamiji says, fiery faith and fiery sympathy. That is what is needed. That faith, it needs to begin from self. You see, there is a small child. I know by now on social media you see pictures and reels of it, maybe, that a father throws a child up in the air and the child is laughing. If you were thrown like that for a few seconds today, you might be really, really concerned and angry and infuriated within a few seconds. But the child has deep faith in father. The child has deep faith in mother. And because there is faith in parents, there is faith in self. That faith needs to be harnessed. When I was reading Swamiji, as a young kid, repeating everything, my father used to say, even when you do not understand a line, underline it. I was a small kid. I would underline those lines. Year after year, I tell you, the meaning has only become deeper. Swamiji says himself, take up one idea and make that one idea your life. When one of our country's large corporations was launching a large mobile service in this country, the founder of that large mobile service said, I was reading Swamiji, and that one idea for me right now is this work that I am doing. But grounding ourselves in something is an important part. The second part of coming to an institution like VIHE is not getting caught with tips and tricks, not getting trapped in strategy and tactics, receiving that inherent freedom in greater philosophy and vision of why we do something. For 25 years, what does that mean? A railway officer, a policeman, an advocate, a lawyer, an insurance policy officer, officials of the airport here, when they come here, they understand something more fundamental than minding just the paperwork or just the lines. They understand something much deeper. I was a child and I grew up hearing stories of Srimad Swami Ranganathananji Maharaj as well. Ranganathananji Maharaj, I guess, was speaking at one point at a premium institution in our country and said, if you really want to build leadership, a culture of love and respect, a culture of ownership in this institution, ask those who are seated at the back, those who are the fourth grade employees, the sweepers and the cleaners, the janitors, and the everyday peons, ask them to sit in the front. He also invoked that what appears like one piece of paper on your table, mere paperwork to you, it can be an insurance paper, it can be a loan paper, it can be a deposit paper. For one family, it is money needed after a father passing away. For one family, it can be the money needed for a daughter's marriage. For one child, it can be every hope to go to college. When you see that loan paper, that insurance paper, as just a paper, you forget to respect the divine within everyone. You forget to respect the manifestation of divinity, the divinity that we talk about in every person. But when you see it like that, it is not just the person in front of you who comes alive, who has to marry his daughter, who has to take care of family after a father's passing away, who's preparing to go to college. That person becomes a whole person. That person becomes a full story, living and very much like us. And because that person becomes a full story, that paper becomes a living story, a living document. And because both come to life, we become one with them. It is in those moments we meet good people in life. And we have all met those good people. Somebody who saw that a mother was carrying a child and requested them to take a seat. Because that person felt, I must have been a child as well at some point, and my mother might have carried me from one place to the other. She might have needed a seat. It is those good people that we meet then. Somebody who tells us, you are a student, and this is about your college loan. I will stay 1 hour extra in office, I'll finish your work, and then go home. Because that person sees their own child in your paperwork. I remember I was in class 10th when I had gone to Japan. I was among 9 boys and 9 girls in the country, selected to go to Japan and learn how it became a success story. Few years later, my father, when I was in grade 11 or 12, told me, today a Japanese kid came to the bank and he was looking for conversion to Indian rupees, his Japanese yen. And he was unable to communicate with others. I saw that he was near the foreign currency department. And he was a Japanese-looking kid. So I automatically thought that my son in Japan also must have gone to a bank like that. I immediately went and I took the cash from him and I got it converted personally. That is what human in excellence means. That is what meeting good people means. The problem is we want to meet good people at an airport, in a bus, in a train, somebody who will offer a seat, somebody who will see our paperwork as their life depends on it as well, who will see our parents as their parents, our children as their children. The problem is we want these good people everywhere. To be that good people everywhere, that is where we lack. And we are not to be blamed. It needs training, training of thought, training of action, and retraining of thought and action. That is what Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence has done for 25 years, and in the next 25, that is what is important for the entire country. Ranganathananji Maharaj used to talk about citizenship and awakened citizenship. Citizenship, we are very good doctors and engineers, lawyers and bureaucrats, sometimes very bad citizens. We need to be awakened citizens, doctors who see the patient as their own family. And when you begin seeing the patient as your own family, then you start the operation. You do not think about where the money is coming right now. There are 2 people at a hospital who should not think about where the money will come from for a loved one. The first side does it automatically. If somebody in your family meets with an accident, you do not think where the money will come from before taking them to the hospital. You take them to the hospital. The second person who should not think where the money will come from should be doctor. But it takes something. And it takes that human excellence. Medical excellence can run a successful surgery. Human excellence can run a successful surgery for everyone. We many times are imperfect students looking for the perfect teacher. Imperfect sons and daughters looking for the perfect parents. Imperfect citizens looking for the perfect system. And imperfect friends looking for the perfect friends. It gives rise to many confusions, many complaints, many contradictions. Instead of working overtime on those confusions, my mother does not understand me, my father does not understand me, the system is broken, everything is bad. Instead of working overtime on expanding those confusions and contradictions, if we took a little time to work on ourselves, to embrace the imperfections that we meet with on the outside and embrace the perfection that we can harness on the inside, we'll come a little closer to Swamiji's thought. When I was a student, in 2008, I founded an organization where young kids from India, small towns and villages, sons and daughters of daily wage earners, shopkeepers, local teachers, those kids too could go to global universities. Those kids too could participate in global competitions, and those kids too could be local role models and global leaders. For that, in 2008, I was all of 15, 16 years of age, and inspired by Swamiji, I founded that organization. The role that the organization was going to play, it was going to be twofold. One, if there is an opportunity, connect young people with those opportunities. Two, train them with Swamiji's ideas. I'm here to report to you, in last 16 years, sons and daughters of daily wage earners and shopkeepers, ordinary families from all across the country, kids from those families have received more than 265 crores from the world's top 500 universities. They study at institutions like Harvard and Cambridge today. They come from families that could not have imagined it. Something happened 2 years ago. Well, it was happening for 14 years, but something happened 2 years ago that shook the imagination of the country. A small boy from a small village who used to live in a small hut in the state of Bihar was selected to go to study on a 2.5 crore scholarship to a university in Pennsylvania. Media spent 4 days in front of his hut. The situation was so bad that he came to Patna and stayed with me in the office because wherever he went, media would not leave him. The boy was 16, 17 years old. But while reporting, the media people decided to do something. They said from the outside, this is such a small hut, majority of the country would not imagine living in one. But they entered the hut and they saw there was a small cot. On the small cot, there were 3 books. All 3 books were Swamiji books. I knew that he was a dexterity kid. Of course, Swamiji ran in his blood and breath. But I also wondered, where did he buy the books from? Because majority of our stuff, they listen and they have, on their mobile and other places. He said, and I think I have mentioned it once to Swamiji. Swamiji might have forgotten or I might not have mentioned. He said, I had participated in a Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence competition, and in that, the books were sent to me. Next day, a very wonderful Swamiji of our mission called me, and he said, you look at this story, it looks like a miracle. A small child living in a small slum, going to a major university on a 2.5 crore scholarship. I wonder what one can say about this. And I said, Swamiji, why are you short of words? Because we as kids heard that each soul is potentially divine. And Swamiji said in one of his letters that my mission is to preach unto mankind the ability to manifest that divinity in every moment. I have reworded it a little bit, but preaching to manifest that divinity in every moment. I said, Swamiji, it is nothing else. That divinity was already there. He worked hard to manifest it. The reason why I want to end with that story is, we complain, complain, and complain. The house is small. The salary is little. The parents don't get it. The opportunities are limited. But when we come to a place like Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence, when we bow our head at a place like the Ramakrishna Mutt and Mission, just like Swamiji, who had arrived in United States, even with the address lost of where he was to speak at the World Parliament of Religions, he gave an address that we will celebrate 131st anniversary of tomorrow, the Chicago address. For some time, let us have no shame in saying that sometimes we also lose the address. We also lose the sense of direction. But like Swamiji at the feet of Sri Ramakrishna Dev and Ma Sharada Devi, Swamiji with that intense fiery faith within, like Swamiji after losing that address gave an address that the world remembers and celebrates. May us come to Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence. May we find that address of where we are right now and where we want to go. And may we too, like Swamiji, do Bharat's work, do the great work that the world needs. And remember, for those of you who like technology, and if the philosophy and vision of all that has been said so far did not make much sense, I tell you something at a strategy and tactics level, something at the tips and tricks level. When you have to go from one place to the other and you want to get a cab and you want to order an Ola and an Uber, there are two places you should know very clearly. One, your location on the map. Where exactly are you? And your destination on the map. Where exactly you want to go. If you put the wrong pin on your Ola map or Uber map, no matter how much you pay for the cab, no matter how good the driver, it will never come to the point from where you needed to start your journey. All of us as young people, let us put that pin in our journeys. Where exactly are we in our journey? Is our pin misplaced? Do we have the capacity of an 8th grade student and we think we are 10th grade students? Do we have the capacity of a high school student and we think we are as good as college students? Do we think we have the capacity of a graduate student but we misthink that we are postgraduate students? Let's put that pin exactly where we are. And let us begin that journey right here at home at Vivekananda Institute of Excellence. I hope many of you who raised your hands that you came here for the first time, I hope you'll come again and again. And like many who have come before you, you'll keep that light within shining, and that light will illuminate the rest of the world. Thank you very much. My pranams.
Thank you, sir, for reminding us about the service leadership and sharing your invaluable insights on human excellence. Thank you so much, sir. May I now request Mr. Raghav Krishna, sir, along with the team of Bruhat, Hyderabad, to please come on to the dais. We request Raghav Krishna, sir, and the team of Bruhat, Hyderabad, to please come on to the dais. I now request our Adhyaksha Maharaj, Swami Bodhamayanandaji, to address the gathering.
ఇంతవరకు శరత్ సాగర్ గారి ఉపన్యాసం విన్నారు. ఇప్పుడు ఒక బృహత్తరమైన కార్యక్రమం, పెద్ద కార్యక్రమం. నో ఇండియా, ఎన్ఓ కాదు, KNOW. నో ఇండియా నికాల ఉస్కో. నో ఇండియా ఇది ఇంగ్లీష్లో పెద్ద సమస్య. లై లై, చెక్ చెక్. వీ డోంట్ నో వాట్ వీఆర్ యూజింగ్ ఫర్. నో నో కాదు ఇక్కడ, నో అర్థం చేసుకోవాలి. దేన్ని అర్థం చేసుకోవాలి? లుల్లు మాలు, ఆర్బిట్ మాల్ కాదు, భారతదేశాన్ని అర్థం చేసుకోవాలి. నో ఇండియా. తెలుసుకున్నది ఏముంది? టెక్స్ట్ బుక్లో ఉంది కదా. ఎవరో పిచ్చోడు రాసింది, 1947లో పబ్లిష్ అయింది. అదే చదువుతున్నారు. 100 మార్క్స్ హిస్టరీ, గోల్డ్ మెడల్. ఎవరి హిస్టరీ మీకు తెలియదు. సో నో ఇండియా. నెక్స్ట్, లవ్ ఇండియా. Not what you see on 26th January and 15th August and or when India wins gold World Cup. When Swami Vivekananda was asked by a young lady in America, in Chicago, when he was returning back to India after 4 years of luxurious West, Swami, what can I do for you? You have done so much for us. Simple question. And she was one of the richest business tycoons of America's daughter, who became Vivekananda's friend and disciple in only 1 hour. Okay? She thought, please listen carefully, my dear young friends. She thought, Swamiji may ask me dollars for India. I am ready to sell my property and give. Vivekananda may ask some gadgets from America to India's poor people. I am ready to supply ship loads. I have so much money. Like this, with that mind, objective mind, she asked Vivekananda, what can I do for you? You have done so much for us. Now the most powerful answer came from Swami Vivekananda. My dear Joe, the lady's name was Josephine MacLeod. For short, Swamiji was calling her Joe, J-O-E. He said, my dear Joe. There was a pause. And then he said, if you want to do something for me, another 5 seconds pause. Comes from Vivekananda's lips. He said, my dear Joe, love India. This lady was shocked with the answer. Just 2 words, love India. What is there so big about it? She again questioned, Swami, are you sure? Is that all? Antena meer adigedi? Straight came bullet answer from Vivekananda. I have asked everything. There is nothing more to left. Love India. And my dear friends, that foreign lady, American lady, daughter of a richest business tycoon of America, loved more than her breath the life in India and India herself for the next 47 years. She died holding Vivekananda's photo in her hand with a smile at the age of 84. You cannot do it, I cannot do it, we cannot do it. What we cannot do? 6 months, she used to travel in India, Kashmir to Kanyakumari. 6 months, she used to travel to other countries to talk about India's greatness and culture. Can you do it? Can I do it? She met the Bismarck of Italy. She met the Kaiser of Russia. And she says, when I met Kaiser, one of the greatest or toughest leaders in Russia, we became very small. Kaiser was very, very big. But when I met Vivekananda, we became big, equal to Vivekananda. Vivekananda lifted our mind up to divinity. He did not look down upon us. She brought the best engineers, the best architects from Italy, from Russia, from America, from Europe to India. And today, if Ramakrishna mission on the whole in the world is existing, it is because of Josephine MacLeod, who loved Ramakrishna mission because it was Vivekananda's gift to India. So that is why we have chosen the topic, love India, know India, and do what? Sit and eat papu. Then it will be operation successful, patient dead. 1 step forward, 5 steps backward. No. After knowing and loving, ఏం చేయాలి? చీపిరిగట్ట తీసుకొని దేశాన్ని సేవ చేయి. Serve India. चेतन देव की सेवा करो, जन्म सफल हो जाए. प्रेम पुष्प से पूजन करो, जन्म सफल हो जाए. Today we don't serve India, we consume India. We have become consumers. But look at Sharat Sagar, he is a contributor. He is giving back to India, drawing from different sources, making the students alive to the international level, not just one job or not just one promotion. ఆయన విద్యార్థులు దేశ విదేశాల్లో ఉన్నారు, చికాగో యూనివర్సిటీలో ఉన్నారు. ఆయన ఒక సీక్రెట్ లేదు, చెప్పలేదు, అతను చెప్పుకోడు. The day he got the convocation or the graduation called commencement in what you call the university, Tufts University, that very night he booked a return ticket to Patna. No party, no drinking, no dancing. And his classmates, who were whites, Americans, they made fun of this Bihari boy. Hey, Sharat, when are you going to come back to America, man? And adugute, Sharat, in the typical Bihari style boy that he was 15 years ago, told them, when your American president calls me, then only I will come. What audacity he has got. What confidence he has got, what love he has got, what faith he has got, this young boy looking like a teenager here. And when you have a higher purpose, higher destiny, Swargadvaram apavrutam, the gates of heaven will open, not America president. And that is what happened to Sharat Sagar. Through Vivekananda, Barack Obama called him to White House. Called him within 2 years. And he addressed 400 Americans on Indian culture. Without playing hockey, he doesn't hold a hockey stick, but he became manager of the Harvard University hockey team and won a gold medal. That is where Vivekananda says, India will be the teacher to the world. He doesn't play hockey, but they made him the manager because of his leadership skills. ఈ విధంగా మన హైదరాబాద్ యూత్, హైదరాబాద్ బాయ్స్ అండ్ గర్ల్స్ should come up to the task of Swami Vivekananda. Unfortunately, there is a funny certificate given by others to Hyderabad, which I wanted to change from today, 25th anniversary. बाहर शर्वानी, अंदर परेशानी. ये हैदराबाद का स्पेशलिटी है. मानेंगे क्या? Will you take this certificate? Yes or no? Hello? ఇక్కడ ఉన్నారా మీరు? Your mind is in Madhya Pradesh, I know. Physically present, mind is in kitchen. If I talk more, you will be angry because you will be more hungry. Then before you say, shut up, I say, serve India. So this topic, know India, love India, and serve India, was put into my brain one day in the corridors of Human Excellence building, maybe last Sunday, by none other than Professor Vishwanatham, the 85-year-old young man. So without wasting time, because Subhashya Shikram, time is running fast. We have all become AI friends, artificial friends, WhatsApp friends, Facebook without a proper face. And if somebody dislikes, उनका जात चले जाता है. So we have to conquer time. India needs that youngsters who mother needs. Mother, you should know your mother. How many of you have traveled to Meghalaya? How many of you have traveled to Northeast, Agartala, Tripura? Or from Assam upwards, the Seven Sisters? ఇక్కడ ఏ కూర్చుంటారు మీరు? డెక్కన్ ప్లేటో హాయిగా ఉందిగా, ఫ్లాట్గా ఉందిగా. మనం ఫ్లాట్ అయిపోతాం. కొండలు ఎక్కాలి, పర్వతాలు ఎక్కాలి, మేఘాలను టచ్ చేయాలి. In the last 3 months, I have traveled to Northeast 3 times, thanks to spreading Swamiji's message. I myself am surprised. Where is Hyderabad? Where is Meghalaya? Where is Agartala? Where is Cherrapunji? అక్కడికి తీసుకువెళ్తున్నారు నన్ను. Not a shock of my life, tears in my eyes, when a young boy in NIT Shillong, which will become NIT Meghalaya by December, he asked me, from where you are coming? Second time he asked me, because first time they already introduced. After my talk I was going, he asked me, from where you are coming to Meghalaya, to Shillong? I said, I am coming from Hyderabad, the capital of Telangana. Shock of my life, I am going to tell you. That young Indian, a brother of us studying there with an Indian passport or Aadhaar card, is asking me, oh, you are coming from India? ఎలాగ అనిపిస్తాను నాకు. I was shocked. He says, you are also India? No, we are in Northeast. Even till today, because of politics, they won't accept themselves as Indians. అలాంటి డేంజరస్ సిచ్యువేషన్ ఉంది in the borders of India. Thanks to Bangladesh, thanks to China, thanks to Burma, thanks to other Nepal and other things who push hatred into India. And we in Deccan Plateau or South are very, very happy. చాలా ఆనందంగా ఉంది. Please think, my dear young friends, that is why we have to know and spread this message of oneness of India, of Bharata. So that is why this small launch today, and they will just show what they will try to do. There will be an awareness, their details they will work out. ఈరోజు జస్ట్ ఒక ప్రత్యక్షం, ఒక వీక్షణ చూసి అర్థం చేసుకొని టు యువర్ కాలేజ్, టు Ramakrishna Math, to Human Excellence, we will conduct a mutual collaboration. Even NEP has asked you, AICT and others, IKS. What is the IKS? Indian Knowledge System. IIT Hyderabad has launched it. A separate course for IITians in IIT Hyderabad. The only IIT in Hyderabad which took the bold decision to start Indian Knowledge System certificate course for 1 full year. Otherwise we are going away from our roots. So that is why this small program on 25th year of Vivekananda VIH, I request Raghav Krishna, and we'll just give a touch of that screen and then they will present what it is, their experience, and then we'll disperse for the day. Tomorrow also is a important day in history of India, in the history of our country, our culture. 131st anniversary of Chicago addresses, Vivekananda speech. Morning, Sharat Sagar will speak. Another great educationist from Mumbai is coming. Our Vice President Maharaj will speak. Youth of India will speak. In the afternoon, 3:30, he spoke there, 1893. So at 3:30, we go to Tank Bund, offer our tribute to Vivekananda statue, read that speech for 3.5 minutes at the same time on the roads of Hyderabad, then come back walking called Sampriti Divas for 45 minutes, walk back and have some prasadam here and disperse. A simple tribute to Swamiji on who created history for us. So I request Raghav Krishna, the chief of Brihat, to take over and introduce the topic, and then let us go forward. Please welcome Raghav Krishna ji.
I think it's a lot of gratitude and a lot of trepidation as well that I stand before you to announce the vision that Swamiji had presented to us of Know India, Love India, Serve India. And this is a function of knowledge system. Swamiji has already alluded to the paradigm that we all belong to. It is Indian knowledge systems. So there is a big difference in the way the youth of today are cognitively wiring themselves. When we were kids, for example, if somebody were to ask us to go to Mutt and do a pradakshina, we would go there, do that thrice, and then take the prasad, feel happy, and come back. But a young child today is likely to ask, why should I do it 3 times? Why should I do it right to left and not left to right? And there are only 2 ways that we can respond to it. One is to impose authority. The other way is to actually try and help them understand, not just scientifically, but morally, ethically, why we do what we do in India. And this program, when we talk about Know India, the Love India and Serve India comes from a knowledge civilization. We belong to a tradition that has revered knowledge and which has made knowledge of the ultimate accessible for all of us. If there is one great achievement that this civilization had, it is to bring down the greatest of knowledge and spread it all over to everyone in this land. And that is what we are attempting to do with this course. It will be a set of lectures around how to conceptualize India, how to be part of India, and then how to bring that sense of wonder, that sense of gratitude, that sense of belonging, and therefore representing and being. So this is going to be announced in due course. I'm just very, very grateful, Swamiji. Thank you for your support, and we look forward to all the interactions. Thank you. So you can scroll down. There would be some program outline. And there is a registration button. We will share the link with everyone. Everyone who is interested and everyone who is also not interested should register. And this is essentially an investment in ourselves. Knowing India means in many ways knowing ourselves. And that is what Swamiji has given us as the Adesha, that there should not be any more NO India. There should be only KNOW India. And through this program that we will do with VIHE, we will make sure that each of us understands what we mean by being an Indian and why we have a moral obligation to serve the motherland. Thank you.
Thank you, Swamiji, for giving me this opportunity. I will just share one anecdote about Swamiji. I do not know whether it was the curriculum here in Telangana, but where I come from, Madhya Pradesh, incidentally, you just mentioned it in a different way. And we are proud to own up that identity also. So, because people unite on food very much. So, I come from Madhya Pradesh, and when I was in 5th standard, there was a story about Swami Vivekananda, which used to inspire us a lot. It was sad to inspire us a lot. So there is an incident where, while he was a young child, and he goes to Sri Ramakrishna Paramhansa, and there is this conversation between them. He's asking him about the deepest questions of life, existence, and cosmos. And then, after all of that question and answer, that conversation, if you read, at that time I could not understand at all. And at last he says, if you know God, then show me. And then Sri Ramakrishna touches him. And then there is an incident, in our language, those who do not know, he passes out for hours, and then he wakes up, and everything suddenly becomes clear to him. Now, that is an incident which is critical, not just to Swami Vivekananda, not just to Sri Ramakrishna Paramhans, but to the mission and to the future of India also. Because when we talk about Daridra Narayan, and it is a very famous quotation of Swami Vivekananda, and justly so, it talks about a very important part. We have to remember where the inspiration comes from, because he's calling us to see Narayan in everyone. Now, it's easy to say, it's easy to use these words, to see the poor and the marginalized and the downtrodden and think of them that we are like them. But our pravrittis are very strong. When it comes to our own resources, when it comes to us, we become very, very territorial. We start defending what's ours and we start opposing what is not ours. But that greater unity, that vision of seeing ourselves and seeing Narayan in the poor, comes from meditation. As I entered the mud today, and the first quotation that I read was that everything comes from meditation, all that clarity that you will have. Because how do you know what is right, what is wrong? How do you know what to defend and what to not? How do you know what to do and what not to do? Would it not be wonderful if the compass is within us? That compass comes from meditation. Entire life and work of Swamiji is about that. I would request you to remember this, whatever you do in life, especially in this era, when the pollution of our chit is very great, when the bombardment is from every side. It is very important to meditate in any way that you find so. That is all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Yeah, we just a couple of minutes of patience. I request Vishwanatham Garu, who inspired us to take up this particular course because of his feelings, just for a minute, please come on stage. Young man. రోజు రోజుకి ఇదవుతున్నారు ఆయన, స్ఫూర్తి పెరుగుతుంది ఆయనలో. Can somebody open that door there? I think suffocation or little ventilation ఉంటుంది. Yeah. And Satyanarayana garu next in command, Air Force officer. జట్లో కూర్చోండి.
శ్వాస ఊపిరి బ్రతికున్నందుకు నిదర్శనం. ఆ శ్వాస ఆగిపోతే బ్రతుకు లేదు. ఏం తీసుకోవాలి, ఏం వదిలిపెట్టాలి, ఎలా, ఎందుకు, ఇవి ప్రశ్నలు. ఏ వయస్సులో ఉన్నా, ఏ దశలో ఉన్నా, ఏ స్థితిలో ఉన్నా వాట్, వై అండ్ వేర్ ముఖ్యం కదా. ఎక్కడి నుంచి వస్తున్నాం, ఎక్కడికి వెళ్తాం, ఎలా జీవించాలి, ఎందుకు జీవించాలి, ఏం సాధించాలి, ఈ ప్రశ్నలకు కనుక సమాధానాలు వెతుక్కోవటానికి కనుక ప్రయత్నం చేయకపోయినట్టయితే అది బ్రతుకు కాదు. బ్రతుకు పరమార్థం తెలియకుండా గనక బ్రతికేసినట్టయితే ఎందుకు ఆ బ్రతుకు? అత్యుత్తమమైనటువంటి తెలివితేటలని భగవంతుడు మనకు ప్రసాదించినప్పుడు వాటిని వాడుకోకుండా అలానే ప్యాకెట్ కట్టేసేసి చివరికి వెళ్ళిపోయి ఇదిగో నీకు అన్యూజ్డ్ ఐఎమ్ రిటర్నింగ్ బ్యాక్ యువర్ గిఫ్ట్, తప్పది. వాట్ యు ఆర్ ఈజ్ గాడ్స్ గిఫ్ట్ టు యూ. What you will become is your gift to God. Prepare for a return gift. ఏమవటానికి వచ్చావు ఇక్కడ? ఈ చదువు ఏం నేర్పిస్తోంది? ఏం పోగొట్టుకుంటున్నావు? ఎంత డబ్బు కావాలి నీకు? మానవత్వం అక్కర్లేదా? మంచితనం అక్కర్లేదా? విలువలు అక్కర్లేదా? ఆలోచన అక్కర్లేదా? ప్రశ్న అక్కర్లేదా? కేవలం తినటం, విసర్జించటం. ఇందాక స్వామీజీ చక్కగా చెప్పారు, వీ హ్యావ్ ఆల్ బికమ్ గుడ్ కన్స్యూమర్స్, వీ మస్ట్ బికమ్ కాంట్రిబ్యూటర్స్. అటు ఒక నలుగురు, ఇటు ఒక ముగ్గురు, వెనకాల ఇంకా ఉన్నారు. అది నాకు ఇంకా స్పష్టంగా అర్థం కాల. మన వాళ్ళు ఏం చేయబోతున్నారు, స్వామీజీ వాళ్ళకి చెప్పే ఉంటారు, వాళ్ళు చేస్తారన్న బ్రైట్నెస్ కనబడుతోంది వాళ్ళ ముఖాలలో. ఐఎమ్ అన్ ఆప్టిమిస్ట్, ఇన్కారిజబుల్ ఆప్టిమిస్ట్. అన్నమయ్య కీర్తనల్లో ఒకటి ఉంది, చాలదా హరినామ సంకీర్తనము మనకు అని. ఒకటి చాలని, ఒక్క వివేకానంద కొటేషన్ చాలు. ఎస్, ఆయన అన్నారే ఇందాక, నడిచొస్తూ ఉంటే ఒక డిస్ప్లేడ్ కొటేషన్స్లలో ఒక కొటేషన్ తనని ఆకర్షించింది అని. 5th క్లాస్లో ఉన్నప్పుడు చదివిన ఒక పాఠం అర్థం కాకపోవటానికి కారణం అర్థమయ్యేటట్టు చెప్పకపోవటం అని చెప్పి నేను భావిస్తాను. ప్రశ్నలు అడగటం నేర్చుకోండి అని నా విద్యార్థులకు సూచన. ఆలోచించటం నేర్చుకోండి. టర్న్ ఇన్వర్డ్స్. ధ్వనికి ప్రతిధ్వని ఉంటుంది. ఆ నాదం మీకు ప్రతిధ్వనించవలే. అగ్ని పుష్పాలవి, అగ్ని మంత్రాలవి. వినేసి అంతర్ముఖులై దాన్ని కనుక అర్థం చేసుకోకపోయినట్టయితే, జీవించటానికి ప్రయత్నించకపోయినట్టయితే వినటం ఎందుకు? సమయం వేస్ట్ అవ్వలా? సర్వేషాం స్వస్తిర్భవతు. ఏమిటది? ఇందాక పొద్దున ఉపన్యాసాల్లో విన్నామే, గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ అని పలకరింపు. నీకు గుడ్ మార్నింగ్, వాడికి బ్యాడ్ మార్నింగ్ అయితే గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ ఎట్టా అవుతుంది? ఇంత సింపుల్ విషయం ఎందుకు అర్థం కావటం లేదు? మనం ఒక పలకరిస్తున్న ఎదురు ఉన్న వ్యక్తికి మాత్రమే కాకుండా మొత్తం ఈ విశ్వానికి అది గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ అవ్వాలి, శుభోదయం అవ్వాలి. మనిషి మేల్కొంటే ఉదయం. ఓ చిన్న మాట చెప్పి ముగిస్తాను, మన్నించాలి. కళ్ళు చిన్నవి, విశాల విశ్వం. చూడటానికి చిన్న కళ్ళు చాలుగా, పెద్ద పెద్ద కళ్ళు అక్కర్లేదుగా. ఆలోచించడానికి ప్రయత్నం చేయండి. చూడొద్దు అనుకుంటే ఈ చిన్న కళ్ళు మూసేస్తే చాలు, ఏమీ కనపడతాయి. కళ్ళు తెరవటం అంటే ఆలోచించటం అని అర్థం, ప్రశ్నించటం అని అర్థం, తెలుసుకోవటం అని చెప్పని అర్థం. ఇవి చేయటానికే ఈ ప్రపంచంలో మనకు బ్రతుకు జన్మ ఇవ్వబడింది. తెలుసుకుని జీవించి పిలుపు వచ్చినప్పుడు వెళ్ళిపోదాము. శుభం, స్వస్తి.
My pranams to the holy trio, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, Ma Sharda Devi, and Swami Vivekananda. Friends, we are all fortunate for having been born in this ఈ పుణ్యభూమి, ఈ వేదభూమిలో పుట్టినందుకు మనమంతా చాలా అదృష్టవంతులమే. మనం గర్వించదగ్గ విషయం. ఇంత పుణ్యభూమిలో, ఈ భూమిలో పుట్టిన స్వామి వివేకానంద, రామకృష్ణ పరమహంస, రమణ మహర్షి, అరబిందో, శంకరాచార్య, great sons and daughters are born in this country, and we are fortunate to have been born here. My suggestion to all of you is, more than any wealth, samskaram, it is most important. సంస్కారం లేని విద్య వ్యర్థము, అనర్థం కూడా. అందువల్ల వాట్ ఈజ్ మోస్ట్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ టు గివ్ టు అవర్ చిల్డ్రన్ ఈజ్ మేక్ దెమ్ గుడ్ హ్యూమన్ బీయింగ్స్, సో దట్ దే విల్ బ్రింగ్ గుడ్ నేమ్ టు యువర్ పేరెంట్స్. We all think it's the positions or it is the great success, etc., which makes them great in lives. It is not. It is their conduct, it is their behavior which determines or which gets them almost 75%, 80% of the respect a person earns in life is only because of the character or the behavior of the person. That is the reason why we need to make our children సంస్కారవంతులు చేయడం చాలా ముఖ్యం. రెండోది, అన్నిట్లోకి ముఖ్యం ఆరోగ్యం. Of late you see that the lifestyle is so bad. Yesterday I saw a person, 25 years, young CEO in Bangalore. He is on bed. He is on hospital bed. He says, I have now spoiled my health. He looks very, very unhealthy. And he says, what is the point of earning money? Same thing with Steve Jobs, who also on his sickbed said, your health is more important than earning money. Same thing with Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, who also said the same thing. Take care of your health. That is much more important than anything else. So my suggestion to all of you on this occasion is, link your education with values and character, become good human beings, take care of your health, and make your parents feel proud for giving birth to you. That itself is the purpose of this life, nothing else. Thank you so much, Swamiji, for giving me this opportunity to say a few words on this occasion. Thanks a lot.
These two are our missiles. Their knowledge, infinite, but what I like about them is their compassion, their heart. Vivekananda's message in short is 3H formula. 3H. Head to think, heart to feel, hands to work. Then you are total personality. Amongst these two, head and heart, he gives importance to heart. First feel, then think, then it will come out as action. When you are hungry, that is a feeling. When you are angry, is a feeling. Then you think, should I beat somebody or should I eat something? Thought will come. Rash, that road rage or something will come because the feeling is very strong. Then you take a negative action or a positive action. So what we want now is the synchronization between 3H. Head to think, heart to feel, hands to work, poetical, but it's actually heart to feel, head to think, then do some work for the society. First feel, my children, feel. If Vivekananda is successful today, or his name is powerful today, even after 131 years of Chicago speech, it is because of his feeling. No great leader, political leader, social leader, or economic leader of the country could come in the level of feeling as far as Vivekananda is concerned. He outbeats everybody. And they all have agreed to it. Even Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, the second president of India, said, the difference between Swami Vivekananda and other leaders of India is, Vivekananda lives in the soul of India, we exist on the soil of India. Look at the magic words. Look at the observation of a statesman called Radhakrishnan, existence and living. Batakadam, Jeevinchadam. He says we exist on the soil of India. Vivekananda lives in the soul of India. There also soil and soul. That's all the difference. So let us recast ourselves, whether we want to exist and die like worms or live and make a difference. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Getiga cheppandi. Do you want to live or do you want to exist? Louder, please. If you say louder, extra 2 servings. 2 సార్లు వడ్డిస్తారు మీకు. గట్టిగా చెప్పండి. Live only for yourself? Then you are selling fish. You are selfish. Selling fish, selfish. Okay, look at the society which is suffering. 9th September, Vivekananda was sitting on the streets of Chicago without $1, without a cup of coffee, without bath for 3 days, hungry, neglected, ill-treated. ఎంతమందికి తెలుసు యువకుల్లో ఇక్కడ యువతీయుల్లో వివేకానంద అడుక్కోవడానికి వెళ్ళారు అమెరికాలో ఇండియన్ స్టైల్లో. అమ్మా ఒక బ్రెడ్ ముక్క ఇవ్వమ్మా అని. 9th September ఏం చేశారు అమెరికన్స్? కుక్కల్ని వదిలేరు ఆయన మీద. He had to run away. He went to another house. Servants pushed him out. Nigger beggar, we'll hand you over to police. ఇంకొక ఇంటికి వెళ్ళారు, కొంచెం మంచినీళ్ళు ఇవ్వమా, గివ్ మీ సమ్ వాటర్. డోర్స్ వర్ స్లామ్డ్ ఆన్ హిస్ ఫేస్. ధబ్బని అవమానం అవమానం ఎవరి కోసరం? He took the poison because he was Shiva. He could not talk racism, they will beat you. But he had three things. With that he sat on the footpath. That is where Know India and Love India. Vivekananda had three things more costlier than anything. Number one, he had apara desha bhakti, parama guru bhakti, and parama shastra bhakti, and shraddha in himself. With this he sat. This is 9th September news. 11th September 1893. In 3 minutes he created history. He squeezed the ego of America. And for the next 4 years, he became a celebrity. But that day, 11th September night, that is tomorrow night, he could not sleep even for a minute. He was rolling on the floor. He did not even touch the costly bed. Tears in his eyes. Opened the windows towards the east and said, shame upon me. I spit on this name and fame that I got. Name called gutter. Fame called gutter. I spit on it. I have come in the names of millions of brothers and sisters who don't have a morsel of food in my motherland, and here I am enjoying. He never touched the bed. That is the love that he had. That love turned into a freedom movement from 1897 to 1947. So tomorrow we have that historic Chicago Addresses seminar. Same time in a different hall, smaller venue. We have sent invitations to the colleges. If today you have come from XYZ college, that same college may send another team, second year, third year, fourth year. Or if you are interested, if you are inspired, if you have got that spark, take permission. Whether it's NNRG college, whether it is BBIT college, whether Gitanjali college, take permission and join us tomorrow also and offer a one flower to Swamiji and say, we are here to serve the motherland, wipe the widow's tears. And what is our problem today, my dear friends? Lust and greed. Unethical desires. That is why Calcutta problem, which is an unending problem. Delhi problem, Hyderabad problem, Bangalore problem. Ganesha is being worshipped, there also a problem. Somebody told today Ganesha took return ticket because Visarjan will start. And during Visarjan you make him a DJ dancer. What is the connection between Ganesha and DJ? And all of you will be dancing like this and taking selfie with Konga, Pichka, Pandi. Ganesha, he had the highest respect for women. And our boys drink on Ganesha day, throw the packets on the girls during the procession. Ganesha one day, playfully, ఆటగా పిల్లిని గోకాడంట. పిల్లి మ్యా అని పారిపోయింది పాపం. లోపలికి వెళ్ళాడు, అమ్మ పార్వతీదేవి కూర్చొని ఉంది, తన బాడీ అంతా మార్క్స్, సంబడి స్క్రాచింగ్ ద బాడీ, ఎర్రగా మార్క్స్. గణేశుడు కోపం వచ్చిందంట, ఎవరమ్మా నిన్ను హింసించింది చెప్పు, వాడి మెడ ఇప్పుడే నేను నరికేస్తాను, శాపం వేస్తాను వాడి మీద, నువ్వే చేశావు అందంట. నాయనా నువ్వే చేశావు, హింసించావు నన్ను. ఎక్కడమ్మా, ఇప్పుడే కదా నేను లోపలికి వస్తున్నాను, జస్ట్ నౌ ఐఎమ్ కమింగ్ ఇన్ సైడ్ అంటే, డోర్ దగ్గర ఏం చేసావు ఆలోచించు. తమాషగా పిల్లిని గోకాను. పిల్లిలో కూడా నేనున్నాను మర్చిపోయావా? ఫ్రమ్ ద డే గణేష నెవర్ టచ్డ్ విమెన్, నెవర్ టచ్డ్ ఎన్ యానిమల్. That is the Lord, Vigna Vinayaka, to remove the obstacles from the mind. In all he saw mother. today that mother is raped. We are spitting on her. Vivekananda used to cry. One letter వచ్చిందంటే విపరీతమైన బాధ ఆయనకి. భోంచేసేవారు కాదు ఆయన. లస్ట్. స్వామి వివేకానంద పొగుడుతాం, ఫోటో, స్టాచ్యూ, ఇది అది అని. వాట్ వాజ్ హిస్ పవర్? లాస్ట్ పాయింట్. ఫర్ 14 years, he never allowed one bad thought to enter into his mind, even in dream. That is the power of purity which spoke in Chicago and which continues to speak through his books. Purity, purity, purity. Remove the cataract from your mind of bad attitudes towards others. Then Vivekananda will bless the nation. So this part of the big agenda, big training that we want to give is also mother worship in India. Mother is worshipped in India. Lakshmi is worshipped in India. It is not just dabbu, it is sampada. Dabbu ante mala corruption. Sampada means welfare. Lakshmi Mata, Saraswati Mata. ఇవన్నీ మర్చిపోకూడదు. దానికోసం ఈ ఒక నో ఇండియా, లవ్ ఇండియా అండ్ సర్వ్ ఇండియా సిరీస్ లాంచ్డ్. అపార్ట్ ఫ్రమ్ కొత్తగా వచ్చిన వాళ్ళకి lunch will be served in that part of the building, campus. Human Excellence is all nicely decorated today because it's the institute's birthday. So please go, have a look at that. One book also will be given to you. A certificate arrangements will be made online, and have a good lunch. Certify yourself. Come back tomorrow if possible. If morning is not possible, 3:30 you join us at Tank Bund. Walk down, offer tribute and go back with inspiration. And when we send this course details, you can join that. Both offline, online, whatever possible, we will prepare a draft and send it to you individually and through the colleges. Okay? So before the lunch and instructions, one beautiful teaching of Vivekananda, let us repeat and disperse for the day. Okay? Please sit down where you are and repeat with me. The longest night seems to be passing away. The seeming corpse appears to be awaking. India, this motherland of ours, from her deep, long sleep, none can resist her anymore. No outward powers can hold her back anymore. For the infinite giant is rising to her feet. Every soul is a young eagle, soaring higher and higher, gathering more and more strength, till it reaches the glorious sun. Strength is life, weakness is death. This is from Vivekananda's quotation in Chicago, in this week that he spoke. Okay? So wish you all the best. Learn the instructions of from where you have to go for lunch. And please do not waste food. Annam na parichakshita. Upanishad says you have no right to waste food. Don't take. But taking and wasting, throwing in the dustbin, దానికంట మహా పాపం మన దేశంలో ఇంకా లేదు. Please, we can't let prasadam offered, consecrated. In every religion it is there. Even a particle of food left there, a dog will lick it. Don't be so proud that we are doing this. So very important, sensitive points in our culture and Vivekananda's birthday. Human Excellence thanks you all, the college management, our faculty members, Dhanyavadam, and thank each one of you. Individually have come long way. I know morning you have gone to college, from college again you have traveled, again now you have to go back to college, and again you have to go back home. My God, great people you are. In this Hyderabad mad traffic, you are traveling so much. You can travel 3 times the Bhumi before going to your house because of Kairatabad speciality. Ganesha is growing, traffic also is growing. May Ganesha bless you, remove your traffic jam problem. Let us pray for that. That means let good buddhi come, don't break traffic rules. Okay? Instructions by the volunteer, then disperse. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Maharaj.